Joseph came and told Pharaoh, and he said, "My father and my brothers and their flocks and their cattle, and all that is theirs, have come from the land of Canaan. Behold, they are in the land of Goshen." From among his brothers he took 5 men, and he presented them before Pharaoh. Pharaoh said to his brothers, "What is your occupation?" They said to Pharaoh, "Your servants are shepherds, both we and our forefathers." They said to Pharaoh, "We have come to sojourn in the land, for your servants' flocks have no pasture, for the famine is severe in the land of Canaan. Now please let your servants dwell in the land of Goshen." Pharaoh spoke to Joseph, saying, "Your father and your brothers have come to you. The land of Egypt is open before you. In the best of the land settle your father and your brothers. Let them dwell in the land of Goshen. And if you know that there are capable men among them, make them livestock officers over what is mine." So Joseph brought his father Jacob and stood him before Pharaoh. And Jacob greeted Pharaoh, and Pharaoh said to Jacob, "How many are the days of the years of your life?" Jacob said to Pharaoh, "The days of the years of my sojournings are 130 years. The days of the years of my life have been few and miserable. They have not reached the days of the years of the lives of my forefathers in the days of their sojournings." So Jacob blessed Pharaoh and left Pharaoh's presence. Joseph settled his father and his brothers, and he gave them property in the land of Egypt, in the best of the land, in the land of the Ramesses, and Pharaoh had mandated. Joseph sustained his father and his brothers and his father's entire household with bread according to the young children. Now there was no food in the entire land, for the famine had grown exceedingly severe, and the land of Egypt and the land of Canaan were exhausted because of the famine. Joseph collected all the money that was found in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan with the grain that they were buying, and Joseph brought the money into Pharaoh's house. Now the money was depleted from the land of Egypt and from the land of Canaan, and all the Egyptians came to Joseph, saying, "Give us food, why should we die in your presence, since the money has been used up?" Joseph said, "Give me your livestock, and I will give you food in return for your livestock if the money has been used up." So they brought their livestock to Joseph, and Joseph gave them food in return for the horses and for the livestock in flocks and in cattle and in donkeys, and he provided them with food in return for all their livestock in that year. That year ended, and they came to him in the 2nd year, and they said to him, "We will not hide from my lord, for in so far as the money and the property and animals has been forfeited to my lord, nothing remains before my lord except our bodies and our farmland. Why should we die before your eyes, both we and our farmland? Buy us and our farmland for food, so that we and our farmland will be slaves to Pharaoh. And give us seed, so that we live and not die, and the soil will not lie fallow." So Joseph bought all the farmland of the Egyptians for Pharaoh. For the Egyptians sold each one his field, for the famine had become too strong for them, and the land became Pharaoh's. And he transferred the populace to the cities, from one end of the boundary of Egypt to its other end. Only the farmland of the priest he did not buy, for the priests had an allotment from Pharaoh, and they ate their allotment that Pharaoh had given them. Therefore they did not sell their farmland. Joseph said to the people, "Behold, I have bought you and your farmland today for Pharaoh. Behold, you have seed, so sow the soil. It shall be concerning the crops. You shall give a fifth to Pharaoh, and the remaining 4 parts shall be yours, for seed, for your fields, for your food, for those in your houses, for your young children to eat." They replied, "You have saved our lives. Let us find favor in my Lord's eyes, and we will be slaves to Pharaoh." So Joseph made it a statute to this day concerning the farmland of Egypt. For the 1/5, only the farmland of the priests alone did not become Pharaoh's. Israel dwelt in the land of Egypt, in the land of Goshen. They acquired property in it, and they were prolific and multiplied greatly. Jacob lived in the land of Egypt for 17 years, and Jacob's days, the years of his life, were 147 years. When the time drew near for Israel to die, he called his son Joseph and said to him, "If I have now found favor in your eyes, now place your hand beneath my thigh, and you shall deal with me with loving kindnesses and truth. Do not bury me now in Egypt. I will lie with my forefathers, and you shall carry me out of Egypt. You shall bury me in the grave." And he said, "I will do as you say." And he said, "Swear to me." So he swore to him. Israel prostrated himself on the head of the bed.